So I thought I'd come to you guys with a little bit of an odd video, something a little bit more genuine and just comes from my heart. It's my realistic eczema healing strategy. I know I talk a lot about eating a whole food, plant-based diet, low in fat, which is number one in my opinion to help cure, reverse, heal eczema permanently. If you eat it for the rest of your life, you won't have eczema for the rest of your life, plain and simple. But I also talk about diet, I also talk about cleansing, and to be very honest, I don't do every single thing I say. I do 100% follow a plant-based diet, low in fat. I don't eat oils, I don't drink coffee, I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke anything. And when I do eat out, which I don't do often, I probably go out honestly, I cook all of my meals. And if I do eat out, I try to find the healthiest options, things like rice and beans, sushi, steamed vegetables with rice and soy sauce. But my realistic eczema healing strategy can be summed up in 2 bullet points. I eat a whole foods plant-based diet, low in fat. And the second thing I do, which is the second most important thing, is exercise 3 to 4 times a week. I try not to obsess about these things. It's a lifestyle. I eat like everybody else. I prepare my lunch like everybody else. It just happens to be a different style of food and something I pay special attention to for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I exercise 3 to 4 times a week and I don't obsess about it. I try to find fun in it. I try to do biking. I try to go to the gym and do some jogging and then move on to weightlifting. I try to do swimming. Things that I find are enjoyable. And especially when I'm in the gym where it's an environment that's a little bit less stimulating than being out in nature. I love it nonetheless because I know there's a sauna. I know that it feels good to lift weights and break a sweat. I find that stuff enjoyable because to me it's important to move my body and to, cleanse my system that way. And of course I dry brush every single morning, if not every other day. I still do it just because it's a great way to move the dead skin off of your body. Things that I don't do. I don't cleanse very often. I did 2 juice fasts in the whole 10 months that I have been doing this, and I did 1 week of raw foods. I mean, cleansing's great. It gives your body a break from digestion or a boost in digestion, such as with raw foods. And in that sense, yeah, that could speed up your recovery, but if you're not doing it, it's not imperative. I'm healing my skin just fine, not doing cleansing as often as other people who talk about it more. It still works for me. I don't moisturize that much. I don't scratch anymore. It's very minor if ever I do have a small flare-up. And in fact, last night I caught myself scratching my hands and I woke up to see it. And you can see it's so minor it doesn't even show up. Nothing's bothering me anymore, which is fantastic. Again, I'm not obsessive about diet and exercise. If you slip up, you slip up. You just have to move on. You just have to treat it like that was, not an ideal situation, but the next meal you're going to try better. You're going to try your best. You're going to give it your all. So there are times where I do eat out and it's not the healthiest food. It's not fried food, never fried food. But it's not the healthiest alternative to home-cooked foods. And I just say to myself, the next meal that I prepare, it's just going to be the healthiest thing I can make, which is usually something with fruits, vegetables, grains, or beans. I can't stress enough just how important that is. If you could forget everything else, just focus on the diet, then work in an exercise strategy, regime, and then lastly, think about cleansing. Honestly, that's the way I would approach it. So I hope that helps you guys, and hope that was interesting. So see you in the next video.